Every year on Christmas Eve, Padre Pio did something that had been strange, something his fellow friars just couldn't understand. Around 11 o'clock on the evening of December 24th, he would retreat to his cell, and he would weep. Not tears of joy as one might expect, but tears of profound compassion, tears that flowed unceasingly until the dawn of December 25th. His fellow friars wondered, why does he weep? It's Christmas. It's a celebration. We should be rejoicing. But Padre Pio never answered that question, not directly anyway. It was only years later that he revealed to a few privileged souls what he saw that night. And what he saw was both terrible and magnificent. Today I'm going to reveal that secret to you, what the souls in purgatory actually see at midnight on December 24th, why Padre Pio wept upon seeing it, and the ritual he asks you to perform that night to connect with this sacred moment. But before we begin, I must warn you, what you are about to hear may shock you because it concerns your own deceased loved ones, those who may be in purgatory at this very moment and who await this night with a hope you cannot imagine. Padre Pio explained that purgatory is not a place of gratuitous punishment. It's a place of purification, where souls are cleansed of their imperfections before they can enter heaven. But this purification is painful because the souls clearly see all their sins, all their faults, everything they should have done and did not do, and they finally understand how much they have offended God, how much they have hurt others, how much time they have wasted. The suffering of purgatory, Padre Pio said, is not the fire of hell. It is the fire of bold love, and a love so intense that the soul cannot yet bear it. Imagine you've lived your entire life in darkness, and suddenly, someone turns on a blinding light. Your eyes burn. They hurt. Not because the light is bad, but because they are not yet adapted to it. That is exactly what the souls in purgatory experience. They see the light of God, they desire it with their entire being, but they cannot yet withstand it. And this waiting, this temporary impossibility of reaching God, is their greatest suffering. But here's what Padre Pio revealed about the night of December 24th. He said, on this night, something special happens in purgatory. At midnight, exactly, when the world celebrates the birth of Christ, heaven opens above purgatory, and the souls can see what they never see the rest of the year. They see the Bethlehem nativity scene, not as a distant image, but as if they are right there. They see Mary and Joseph. They see the shepherds. They see the angels. And above all, they see the baby Jesus, who has just been born. Padre Pio described this vision with tears in his eyes. He said, at midnight on December 24th, the souls in purgatory all lift their eyes, and at the same time, as if someone had given them a signal. And they see, oh my God, they see the baby Jesus, wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in the manger. And he looks at them. He looks at them with eyes full of love, eyes that say, I have come for you. I was born to save you. Wait a little longer, and you will be with me for eternity. Padre Pio said that this moment, this simple gaze of the baby Jesus, brought the souls immense consolation, and for a few moments, and their suffering disappeared. They no longer felt the fire of purification. They only felt love, that pure and perfect love of God, made child. But here's what made Padre Pio weep. It wasn't this vision of beauty. It was what happened. Next, he said. After a few minutes, the vision closes. Heaven is covered again, and the souls in purgatory find themselves back in their waiting. But this time, their suffering is greater than before. Because they have tasted heaven, they have seen what awaits them, and now they must wait again. Imagine you are in prison, and someone opens the door to your cell. Just for a minute, you see the sun, you feel the fresh air, you hear the birds, and then the door closes, and you are back in darkness. That is exactly what the souls experience at Christmas. They see their liberation. They almost touch it. And then it eludes them. That's why Padre Pio wept. He wept for these souls. He wept because he saw their hope, and he saw their disappointment. He saw their love for the baby Jesus, and he saw that they could not yet join him. He said, "When I see these souls reaching out their hands towards the baby Jesus, and I see them fall back into their waiting, my heart breaks, because I know that some of them could be freed that very night, if only someone on earth would pray for them." This is where you come in. This is why I'm telling you all of this, because you have the power to change the destiny of these souls. Padre Pio taught a specific ritual for the night of December 24th, a ritual that must be done exactly at midnight, at the moment when the souls see the baby Jesus. Here is what he asked. At 11:30 on the evening of December 24th, find a quiet place. This can be a church, if you can, or your home, or any place where you can pray in peace. Light a candle, a single candle, because this candle represents the Star of Bethlehem, the light that guided the Magi to the baby Jesus, and which will guide your prayer to the souls in purgatory. Take your rosary, and starting at 11:45, begin to recite the rosary. Not just any rosary, the rosary of the joyful mysteries, because these are the mysteries of Jesus' childhood, the Annunciation, the Visitation, the Nativity, the presentation in the temple, the finding in the temple. Pray slowly, very slowly, so that you arrive at the third mystery, the mystery of the Nativity. Exactly at midnight, Padre Pio said, when you recite the mystery of the Nativity at midnight, you unite yourself to what the souls in purgatory see. You spiritually see the same thing as they do, and your prayer rises directly to the baby Jesus. At that precise moment, at midnight, after saying the 10 Hail Marys of the third mystery, add this special prayer, baby Jesus. On this night of your birth, look upon the souls in purgatory who gaze upon you, and through your infinite mercy, allow those who are ready to ascend to you this very night. I offer you this rosary for them, and I ask you to liberate at least one soul in my name. Padre Pio used to say that this prayer, recited exactly at midnight, had an extraordinary power because it united with the special grace of Christmas night. He told the story of a woman who had performed this ritual for years. Every December 24th at midnight, she prayed for the souls in purgatory, and each year she received a sign, not always the same one, but always a sign. One year, she smelled a fragrance of roses in her room, just after midnight, even though there were no flowers present. Another year, she heard a voice, very gentle, very distant, that simply said, "Thank you." Yet another year, she dreamed of her deceased mother, who had been in purgatory for 15 years, and in this dream, her mother told her, "Thanks to you, I am free now. I am going to heaven. Thank you. My daughter. This woman came to tell these experiences to Padre Pio, and he told her, "These signs are not your imagination. They are real messages from the souls. When you pray at midnight on December 24th, you open a door between purgatory and earth, and the souls can thank you. They can show you their gratitude. Continue this ritual every year, and you will liberate dozens of souls before your own death." There is something else that Padre Pio revealed about this night, something more personal. He used to say, "On the night of December 24th, it is not only the unknown souls who see you, it is also your own deceased loved ones, your parents, your grandparents, your friends, all those you have loved and who are in purgatory. On this night, they are watching you. They see if you are praying for them. They see if you are thinking of them, and if you are not praying, if you are only occupied with partying, eating and drinking. They suffer even more because they feel forgotten." Padre Pio was very direct on this point. He said, "Christmas is not a holiday to forget the dead. It is a holiday to include them, because baby Jesus came for the living and for the dead. If you celebrate without thinking of them, you are missing something essential. You are celebrating half-heartedly. But if you take the time to pray for them, even if it's just a few minutes at midnight, then your celebration becomes complete, because you unite heaven, earth, and purgatory in a single celebration." There was a man in New York who had never prayed for his deceased parents. He thought it was pointless, that the dead were dead, and that nothing more could be done for them. One December 24th, he had a strange dream. He saw his parents in a dark and foggy place. They were looking at him with sad eyes, and his mother told him, "My son, why have you forgotten us? We wait for you every Christmas, hoping that you will pray for us, but you never do, and our waiting continues." This man woke up upset. He went to see Padre Pio the next day, and he told him his dream. Padre Pio told him that was not a dream. It was a visit. Your parents came to ask you for help. They have been in purgatory for years, and no one is praying for them, because you, their son, have forgotten them. Last night, I saw your mother crying, because she hoped that this year you would remember. But you were busy eating and laughing. This man cried with shame. He asked Padre Pio for forgiveness, and he asked him what he could do. Padre Pio told him, "Next year, do the midnight ritual, and do it every year until your death. You cannot make up for the lost years, but you can start now, and every prayer you make will reduce your parents' time in purgatory." This man followed Padre Pio's advice. For 20 years he performed the midnight ritual, and one December 24th, he had another dream. This time his parents were in the light. They were smiling, and they told him, "Thank you, my son. We are free now. We are waiting for you in heaven." Padre Pio also recounted what happens to the souls who are liberated exactly at midnight on Christmas. He said, "The souls who are liberated on that night have a special privilege. They do not ascend to heaven alone. They are accompanied by the angels of Christmas, those angels who sang Gloria in excelsis Deo above Bethlehem. The same angels, after 2,000 years, still accompany souls to heaven at Christmas, and when these souls arrive in paradise, they arrive in the middle of the celebration, because heaven is celebrating the birth of Jesus. There is music, there is joy, there is a light brighter than usual, and the liberated soul enters this celebration. As an honored guest, Padre Pio said, to die on Christmas Day is a grace, but to be liberated from purgatory on Christmas Day is an even greater grace, because you arrive in heaven at the moment of the greatest joy, and that joy becomes your joy for eternity. There is another thing that Padre Pio revealed about this night, something that few people know. He said that on December 24th at midnight, it is not only the souls in purgatory who see baby Jesus, the demons also see something, and what they see terrifies them. Padre Pio explained that every year at Christmas, the demons are reminded of their defeat. They are reminded of the moment when God became man, the moment when salvation became possible, and this memory tortures them, because they know that their time is running out. They know that every soul saved is a victory against them, and a soul saved from purgatory on Christmas Day is doubly humiliating for them. That is why, said Padre Pio, the demons try to do everything to prevent people from praying at Christmas. They will make you tired. They will distract you with the party. They will make you forget the time. They will stir up family arguments. Everything to keep you from praying at midnight. If you notice these obstacles, recognize them for what they are. They are temptations meant traps, and overcome them, because your prayer this night is a blow against the kingdom of darkness. There was an exorcist, a friend of Padre Pio, who recounted that during exorcisms in the month of December, the demons became particularly agitated when he mentioned the birth of Jesus. They were screaming, they were pleading, they were trying to flee, because this birth is their eternal nightmare. And when this exorcist would ask them, "What are you afraid of?" on Christmas, they would answer, "The child in the Bethlehem nativity scene, because when he looks at the souls, we can no longer touch them." He couldn't directly harm the souls in purgatory, but what he feared was that the baby Jesus would free them, because each liberation was a defeat for him. Padre Pio used this knowledge to encourage the faithful. He would say, "When you pray at midnight on December 24th, you are not only doing good for the souls, you are also fighting evil. You are participating in the baby Jesus' victory over the darkness. And the demons know it. They see you praying, and they rage because they can do nothing against you. That night, you are protected by the Bethlehem nativity scene itself." There's also something that Padre Pio revealed about Mary, the mother of Jesus. He said that on December 24th, Mary herself is particularly attentive to prayers for the souls, because that night reminds her of her own experience. She carried Jesus for 9 months. She awaited his birth with hope. And she understands what the souls in purgatory are going through. They too are waiting. They too are hoping. They too are counting the days until their liberation. When you pray at midnight and Mary hears your prayer, and she presents it to her son, with a mother's tenderness, she says to him, "Look, my son, this person on earth is praying for the souls. Listen to them, answer them, for they are doing what you want everyone to do." Padre Pio said that this intercession of Mary was extremely powerful, because Jesus never refuses his mother anything, especially not on the night of his birth, when he remembers all that she did for him. There was a nun who had a particular devotion to Mary. Every December 24th, she prayed the entire rosary of the joyful mysteries for the souls, specifically addressing Mary. And one year, she had a vision. She saw Mary standing above purgatory, holding a large basket, and in that basket, there were thousands of tiny lights. Each light was a prayer made by someone on earth for the souls. And Mary was taking these lights one by one, and she was throwing them towards purgatory. Each light touched a soul, and that soul lit up, almost instantaneously. It was freed. The nun recounted this vision to Padre Pio, and he told her, "You saw the truth. That's exactly what happens. Mary collects our prayers, like a mother collects the gifts of her children, and she distributes them to the souls who need them. What you saw was not your imagination. It was heaven opening its gates to your eyes, to show you the importance of what you do. Now I want to talk to you about something practical, how to prepare for the night of December 24th. First, decide in advance that you will do the ritual. Don't let chance decide. Mark it on your calendar. Tell your family that you will need a few minutes alone around midnight if you are invited to a party. Excuse yourself for a few minutes, find a quiet place, and say your prayer. No one will resent you for it. And if someone asks you what you are doing, Simply say, "I am praying for the souls of the departed." This is a tradition that Padre Pio taught. Most people will respect that. Some might even want to join you. Next, prepare your rosary in advance. Don't look for it at the last minute. Place it on your nightstand or on a table near the place where you will pray. And prepare your candle too. A white candle preferably, or any candle that you have. The tool is less important than the intention. Then, around 11 o'clock in the evening, start to prepare yourself interiorly. Calm your mind. Think about the souls in purgatory. Think about your deceased loved ones. Ask yourself, who in my family might be in purgatory right now? Who needs my prayers tonight? And when you have identified these people, keep them in your heart, because you will be praying for them at midnight. Padre Pio gave an additional piece of advice. He said, if you cannot be awake at midnight, if you must sleep early, or if you have children to put to bed, do the ritual at 11 o'clock, or even earlier in the evening. God doesn't look at the exact time. He looks at your heart. But if you can, really try to be in prayer at exactly midnight, because it is at that moment that heaven opens above purgatory, and that your prayer has the most power. There is also something that you can do to amplify your prayer. Padre Pio highly recommended it. He said, before midnight, make a small sacrifice, something simple. Maybe don't have dessert at the Christmas Eve meal. Maybe give a few dollars to someone in need. Maybe forgive someone who has offended you. This sacrifice, even if it seems small, gives weight to your prayer, because it shows God that you are serious, that you are not only praying with word, but with your life. The souls in purgatory understand this better than anyone, because they would have given anything to have made more sacrifices during their life. And when they see someone on earth who makes a sacrifice for them, they are deeply touched. There are different types of sacrifices that you can offer that night. Padre Pio mentioned several. The first is the sacrifice of food. Don't eat meat on the evening of December 24th, or don't have dessert, or simply eat less than usual. This small fast, even if it seems insignificant, is a precious offering for the souls. The second sacrifice is the sacrifice of time. Instead of watching television all evening, spend an hour in prayer. Instead of staying in bed until late in the morning of the 25th, get up early to pray. The time that you give to God is the most precious time that you have. The third sacrifice is the sacrifice of money. Give something to the poor before Christmas, even if it's a small amount. This money that you could have spent on yourself becomes an offering for the souls, and God multiplies it spiritually. The fourth sacrifice is the sacrifice of pride. Forgive someone who has offended you. Ask forgiveness from someone you have offended. Reconcile with a member of your family. Before midnight on December 24th, this sacrifice of pride is perhaps the most difficult, but it's also the most powerful, because the souls in purgatory have often suffered because of pride, and when they see someone on earth who overcomes their pride to reconcile, they are deeply consoled. The fifth sacrifice is the sacrifice of comfort. Kneel down during your prayer, even if it hurts your knees. Pray in the cold if necessary. Do not seek your comfort that night. For the souls in purgatory have no comfort, and your discomfort is a communion with their suffering. Padre Pio used to say that these sacrifices, combined with the midnight prayer, had an extraordinary effectiveness. He told the story of a man who had made all these sacrifices on December 24th. He had fasted. He had prayed for hours. He had given to the poor. He had reconciled with his brother, Michael, and he had knelt in the cold of the church, and at midnight, he felt such a strong presence that he thought someone else was in the church with him. He opened his eyes, and he saw a light. Not a physical light, but a spiritual light. And in that light, he saw the faces of many people, Faces he didn't recognize, smiling faces, grateful faces, and he understood. These faces were the souls he had helped to liberate that night through his sacrifices and his prayers. This man came to tell Padre Pio about this experience, and Padre Pio told him, "You have done well. Your sacrifices have opened the gates of purgatory, and many souls have been freed thanks to you. Remember their faces, for you will see them again in heaven, and they will thank you for eternity. Now I want to reveal something to you that Padre Pio only told to the most spiritually advanced souls," he said. The night of December 24th is not only a time to pray for the souls in purgatory, it is also a time to receive graces for yourself, because baby Jesus does not only look at the souls in purgatory, he also looks at you. And if you are in prayer at midnight, if you are in communion with heaven, he will bless you in a special way. Padre Pio recounted that some people had received healings that night, physical healings, emotional healings, liberation from habitual sins, because on Christmas night, God is particularly generous. He rarely refuses anything to those who ask with faith. But beware, added Padre Pio, do not pray to receive. Pray first to give. Give your prayers to the souls. Give your time to heaven. Give your heart to baby Jesus. And only then, ask for something for yourself. For he who gives, receives, and he who empties himself is filled. There was a woman, let's call her Sarah, who was suffering from a serious illness. The doctors had told her she only had a few months to live. She came to see Padre Pio, desperate, and she asked him what she could do. Padre Pio told her, "On the night of December 24th, pray for the souls in purgatory, not for yourself, for them, and do it with all your heart, as if your life depended on it." This woman did exactly what Padre Pio had told her. At midnight on December 24th, she prayed for the souls, with tears, with faith, with love. She forgot her own illness. She only thought of the suffering souls. And at dawn on December 25th, she felt different, lighter, stronger. She went back to see her doctors a few weeks later, and they couldn't explain what they found. The disease had disappeared, completely, as if it had never existed. She came back to see Padre Pio, crying with joy, and he told her, "You see, you prayed for the souls and they prayed for you. Baby Jesus saw your generous heart, and he healed you. For he who gives his life for others receives eternal life." There is still something I must reveal to you, something that Padre Pio kept for the most intimate moments. He said that on the night of December 24th, some souls in purgatory receive a special permission. They can appear to their loved ones on earth not to frighten them, but to thank them or to ask them for help. These apparitions are not like the ghosts in horror stories. They are visits of love, moments of grace. Padre Pio told the story of a man, let's call him David, who had lost his wife, Emily, 2 years before. On December 24th at midnight, while he was in prayer for her, he felt her presence in the room. He didn't see anything physical, but he knew she was there, and he heard her voice in his heart. She was telling him, "My love, I am almost free. 1 more year of prayers, and I will be in heaven. Thank you for not having forgotten me." This man continued to pray every year, and the following year, on December 24th, he felt her presence again. But this time she was no longer asking for prayers. She was simply telling him, "I am free. I am waiting for you. Continue to live well, and we will be reunited for eternity." Padre Pio said that these visits were not rare, but that many people did not notice them, because they were too busy with the celebration, because they had drunk too much, because they were not praying. He said, "If you want to receive a visit from your loved ones that night, be in prayer at midnight, be sober, be attentive, and you might feel their presence, you might hear their voice, you might receive a message from them. But even if you receive nothing," added Padre Pio, "do not be disappointed, for your prayer has still reached the souls. Signs are not always given, because God wants us to pray by faith, not to receive rewards." There were also cases where souls appeared not to thank, but to warn. Padre Pio told the story of a woman, let's call her Ashley, who had a very worldly life. She never prayed. She never thought about the dead. And every Christmas she partied until morning. One December 24th, at midnight exactly, while she was dancing at a party, she saw her grandmother, Patricia, standing in a corner of the room. No one else saw her, but she saw her clearly. Her grandmother looked sad, very sad, and she was motioning for her to come. This woman was frightened. She left the party. She went home. She remembered the corner where she had seen her grandmother, but there was no one there anymore. She went home shattered, and she spent the rest of the night crying. She didn't know why. The next day, she went to see Padre Pio. She told him what she had seen, and Padre Pio said to her, "Your grandmother came looking for you, not to make you die, but to bring you back to God. She has been suffering in purgatory for many years, and she's waiting for you to pray for her, but you never do. She took advantage of Christmas Eve, when the veil between the worlds is thin enough, to appear to you and beg you, do not ignore her, start praying for her tonight." That woman changed her life that day. She started praying every day for her grandmother, and a few months later, she dreamed of her, in the light, smiling, who told her thank you. So, stars, there is one last thing that Padre Pio taught about this night. He said that on December 24th, the souls in purgatory do not only see baby Jesus, they also see the entire church on earth. They see all the midnight masses that are being celebrated. They hear all the Christmas carols. They see all the nativity scenes in the homes. And this vision comforts them immensely, because it reminds them that they are not alone, that there is a community of faith on earth that believes in eternal life, that believes in purgatory, that prays for the dead. Padre Pio said, "When you set up a nativity scene in your home, the souls in purgatory see it. When you sing a Christmas carol, they hear it. When you go to midnight mass, they accompany you spiritually. Everything you do to celebrate the birth of Jesus is a consolation for them, because it reminds them that salvation exists, that their wait is not in vain, and that one day they too will celebrate Christmas in heaven, with a joy that we cannot imagine." Now we are approaching the end of this teaching, but I want to leave you with one last image. Imagine purgatory that night. December 24th, at midnight. Millions of souls, maybe billions, all looking up to heaven, all seeing baby Jesus for the first time of the year, all reaching out their hands to him, all hoping to be freed. And among these souls, there may be someone you know, your father, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, a friend, a neighbor, a colleague, someone who mattered in your life, and who is now awaiting your prayer. Are you going to disappoint them? Are you going to let this night pass without looking up to heaven yourself, without joining the souls in their contemplation of baby Jesus? Padre Pio always finished this teaching with these words: on Christmas night, do not just be a spectator of the feast, be a participant in the mystery, because the mystery of Christmas is not just a baby in a manger. It's God who descends to men and to the souls who suffer. Join this movement. Descend in spirit to purgatory and help the souls ascend to heaven. It's the most beautiful gift you can give, and it's the most beautiful gift you can receive. Now you know what you must do. December 24th, at midnight, be in prayer for the souls in purgatory, for your deceased loved ones, for yourself. Baby Jesus awaits you, the souls await you, and Padre Pio, from heaven above, is watching you with hope, hoping that you will do what he taught, and that tonight, thanks to you, souls will be freed. May baby Jesus bless you. May he grant you the grace of this ritual, and may he give you to see one day all the souls that you have helped to free, who will welcome you at the gates of paradise with songs of gratitude for eternity.